Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this news conference dedicated to Geopolitics International. In the headlines of world news, the situation on the Madagascar side, let's take stock. We will give our analysis, our point of view. And since many have already confirmed that the state code that the coup was consumed, for now, I will tell you to say that it is not true. For the moment, the state cost is not yet consumed. We wonder if these soldiers are afraid of what is happening past. But an official statement of dissolution of institutions, of suspension of the constitution, and effective seizure of power is not out yet. We haven't seen it yet. And obviously, it is when such a speech comes out that we understand indeed that the coup d'etat was consumed. So what we have to say is that the CAPSAT, the military, have joined the people, joined the protesters. After the announcement that was made by these CAPSAT soldiers who asked their military colleagues to refrain to shoot, they said, "Don't shoot. We are not paid to shoot our friends, our brothers, our sisters." It must be said that there is one of these soldiers who had been sent to rest eternal by the shooting of a gendarme, and this military man was in the coffin when the military, in three blended vehicles, have joined the crowd at May 13th Square. There were prayers for the nation. There have been many things. But on the institutionally, it must be said that the state cost is not yet consumed. And so within the framework of this geopolitical conference, it is from this news that we are going to talk about. But before continuing, agree to share around you this conference and do not hesitate to leave your different opinions in the comments. There you go. And if you are not yet a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. So the truth, that's it. What's going on? We are witnessing a real break. Soldiers are in the street. The president has implicated. The crowd is supported by its soldiers. No longer needs to be reminded that the CAPSAT, it is this military organ which was involved in the 2009 protests, which made it possible to send the current one president in power. Then the CAPSAT, they are very influential. They are at listening to the people. But still, personally, I wonder that everyone wonders what the real thing is, reason why. Until now, the state cost is not consumed since all the conditions are met. But it must be said that yesterday, a little late in the evening, yesterday 11th of May 2025, I said 11th October 2025, late in the evening, the President Rajoyna issued a statement to incide which he denied rumors that he had left the country. He had said that he was really on the national territory. Even if he had left the capital, he did not touch this aspect, but that it was on the national territory. Sometime afterwards, it was his prime minister who spoke to castigate a little what was happening and call for dialogue. So it must be said that all these attempts did not restore calm. And so far, the institutions are operational. The National Assembly is operational. Until then, the president is still in office as such. There has not yet been institutional transfer of power. There was no takeover effective at the moment. But we are in an institutional buscade and the coup is still ongoing. I don't know if we'll call it a coup state, but things are underway. There you go. That's the real truth from the side from Madagascar. And so it must be said that it's a defection, decisive, since elements of the elite CAPSAT unity are in walking alongside the people. They are already with the people. The people cheers, the people give them a standing ovation, and they even held a sort of parade. But this is not the type of parade. What we do when we have taken actually the power, when we actually takes power, we move on national television. The president, it is announced that it is now over. In any case, the announcements are very clear. But for now, on the side of Madagascar, this is not the case. In any case, according to the information that I have in my possession, well, maybe, as we are a little far from Madagascar, maybe I don't have all the information, I say maybe. But through all the searching, I can reassure you that it is not still consumed. So President Rajoyna, he denounces an attempt to take over power. So until now, it keeps talking. He says it's an attempt to take of power. They want to take the power, but for the moment, they have not yet taken power. So therefore, it's a presidential replica. The president called the maneuver illegal. What's happening? He says that it's illegal, and he asked for the return calm, but his office appears fragmented and communication presidential election is reduced. So it is a crisis of governance. Well, there was a staging, there was a general who was appointed as prime minister last week, and then there you go. All that, it made things worse situation. But what he means to the moment we are in the process of speak citizens, the people mobilized on the side of Madagascar, they are insisting, they ask the National Assembly to vote for impeachment. The motion of dismissal of President Rajoyina. If they don't, they themselves will go attack the National Assembly. They will depose the National Assembly. So which means that we have like the impression that the military are in procrastinating, or at least they haven't finished yet, put everything in place to be able to allow him to take the lead of the country. But in practice, it is they who have control today. But on the legal and political level, there has not yet been a transfer of power. No, not at all, not at the moment. It will definitely happen in the hours to come, but everything suggests that it can't happen either. So it must be said that Madagascar is still in a crisis. The confusion is total confusion. Many Malagasy citizens think that it's already over. The president is filed since the army joined them, and the army's top leader, he is already known, his face is known. So many think it's okay, he is the new strong man of Madagascar, but in practice, it is not yet in possession. In all case, the final decision they do not have still had to take. And besides, nothing doesn't stop them from taking such a decision, to make such a decision statement, since they already have all the control of the capital. But we don't know not what is going on, make them take their time or lose their time. So here's what's happen on the Madagascar side. On the side of the Republic of Ivory Coast, I think things have calmed down a bit. We'll take a look at it right now. The time and then what will be at the one, we will come back to talk about it here on the platform for raising awareness. And so, young ladies and gentlemen, that was the front page of international news. Thank you for the share as much as possible. I'll get back to you with new news. It was obviously the voice of your humble servant, the Samurai.